Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm taking a look at the Forever Communities patch that just hit the beta branch on the PTR yesterday afternoon. There's a lot of stuff to it. You can put people into your legacy pool whenever you want. You can take people out for a cost. You can continue your game after you finish your legacy, plus a whole bunch of quality of life stuff. And I'm sure there's a whole section of changes that I forgot there because there's just so much to this update. So in the efforts of not making this an hour-long video, let's just hop right into the first thing, which is completing a legacy. Previously, before this update, when you completed the finale legacy mission, your community was done. Everyone in your community would just go to the legacy pool. Anything they had on them would stay on them, but anything left in the community locker would be gone. You would also unlock a boon, and that was it. So let's just see what happens now. This is the finale for the sheriff. I'm in a sniping battle here against the final boss. If he stops hiding behind stuff, and if I stop missing, I have one bullet left. I can't afford to miss again. There we go. I was a little worried. I forgot to bring extra ammo. Anyway, so we just finished. So this should let me exile anyone I want, or send anyone I want to the pool, or disband the community itself, or the new big thing is just continue on to a new map. And not only that, I can choose which base I want to go to. So let's see how this works. Can I skip this because we do not need to see the cutscene? So I did unlock the boon, but I already had it, so it didn't matter. And then this should all look a lot new. We can sort these guys, favorite them. I haven't done that at all yet. But let's look at this. There are a couple people I wanted to throw back into the pool. If I can remember their names. Odell was one of them. Move to pool spacebar, looks like. So let's do that. And then Tommy not Tommy. Tar, that was what it was. Tars, so I don't even have to click on him. It looks like I can just highlight him and move to pool. I'm being very careful because you can see that there's a eliminate button there as well. Do not want to kill off anyone. I just want to send them to my pool. Okay, so I've lowered my community size, which is good. This is going to be my Red Talon community, so I just want to get rid of some of the people. Well, that actually says new. I don't know why these faces aren't loading, but yeah, she's new. That was someone I just took. And it looks like I can even take her right back to my community right away if I, misclick, send the wrong person to the pool. Okay, but I think I'm good here. Move to a new map. Oh, yeah, disband community or move to a new map. So I want to move to a new map. Let's keep it on lethal. And I kind of want to go to Drucker County here. So it actually keeps track of how many times you visited this map and how many communities you have. I only have one other community, which is on Trumbull Valley. That's interesting. This is a new community, well, relatively new community. So I wonder if it would backtrack like old data. I don't know. So let's just switch to Drucker here, and now I can select which base I want. Oh, wow. So it costs a premium of influence. Normally this would cost, I believe, 3,500, which is why I got up to about 4,000 because I thought that's all I would need. So I can't claim the big base right away unless I go to the starter house and clear all the hearts. The great thing about this is I won't have to clear all the hearts in order to do this. So let's actually... Yeah, let's actually go to the Cabin Park Motel. I haven't been here in a long time. I'm not really sure how this will work with all the hearts because, of course, I'm not clearing the hearts. Normally you have to do that to take a base. I assume it will, redo the heart distribution algorithm and, place the hearts in different spots. We will see in a moment. Okay, so yeah, I'm...
Really? We packed up everything just to move in here?
Yes, we did.
That blood barrel moves fast.
Okay, yeah, we are in this base, and I don't need to set it up. And we have 30 hearts, which is I think how many you're supposed to have after the first map. The first map itself has 28, and now the feature maps have 30 after you've cleared one. Yeah, this looks great, and I think this is all for the feature right now. Next, we're probably going to dive into accessing our legacy pool and what that looks like. Alrighty, here we are on the main menu. Let's take a look at the legacy pool and see what it looks like to start a new community. So this screen looks like the last one, and we can sort it by different ways. How do I do this? Oh, I can just click. Okay. I thought I clicked the first time, but I guess not. Yeah, Trader, Warlord, that's great. That is really great. Community skills. Oh, that's really cool. We can even sort by or filter by empty. Wow, that's... Wait, why is it... That might be bugged. I have a couple people with no 5th skills, so you would think that would be... Yeah, unfortunately there's a couple bugs with this screen, so just be careful. Enter at your own risk, I would say. Looking at items, can definitely cause some issues, cause some crashes. So you can click on these people. Some items or some situations while highlighting items will cause some crashes. This is, I think, the 6th time I've recorded this section. I think it has something to do with the little set symbols that are like right next to my mouse here. Sometimes when you mouse over items specifically with those set symbols, the game crashes. So I don't know what the specifics are, but that's the thing that I've noticed. Just be careful if you're playing this in the days to come. Yeah, so that looks great. And of course we can kick someone out of this if we wanted to, although I don't want to. But you can see there's eliminate there right underneath the... I can't do it at the end point. I can't point to it and select them at the same time, but there's an X to eliminate option underneath their character info. So let's see what it looks like to make a new community. We have 5 slots now, up from 3, so that's great. I know a lot of people have been clamoring for that for years. There are a lot of features in this that people have been, including me, wanting for years. So let's just hop in. This looks like before, like the map selection, I mean. I don't care what map I'm going to. The big thing here is the new character selection screen for this new community. It is amazing. So first of all, we can recruit from the legacy pool as you could before. But now, instead of having to cycle through each one at a time and try to remember what order and the name of the person you're trying to recruit and all that, we have access to this whole screen again. So, if we want to bring a builder along, I evidently don't have any builders. Okay. If we want to bring a sheriff along, we can bring a sheriff. Let's not highlight that. And we can recruit here. Great. Or if we want to randomize, we can do that as well. I really like the blue here. That blue looks very nice along, next to the orange. And one great thing you might notice is that it says the leader type right here. That is a thing that did not used to happen. And as a speedrunner, that is hugely important for me. I don't know how much other random people care about that, but for me, that is hugely important since the trader legacy is the fastest. So before you would just have to kind of recruit and hope that you would get a trader. Or not recruit, you'd have to start a new community and hope you'd get a trader. And a quarter of the time you'd have to restart. But now you can just see right away. And another great thing, so let's say I'm cycling through here, and I just realized, I just missed the medicine person that I wanted. Now there's previous. We can go back up to 2 people. So we can go from Mary back to Saram, back to Demand. I think that's how you pronounce it, at least I hope so. And there's the medicine person. But if we then realize, actually, I don't want Demand for some reason, we can go back forward, go to Saram again, go to Mary, and then we can randomize again. But we can actually just keep cycling back and forth between these 3 as long as we want. And then if we eventually we decide, okay, we don't care about those people, we can just keep rotating or keep randomizing, until we find someone new. Yeah, so that's great. So let's start the community, and take a look at the next feature. I think the next feature I'm going to take a look at is recruiting from the legacy pool and putting someone into the legacy pool mid-community. So I'm going to cut here for a minute, and then we're going to show off these fancy new features. Alright, here we are back in the community. Let's see what it looks like to send someone to the legacy pool and then to recruit someone else from the legacy pool. So first thing, let's send Tommy into the legacy pool. It turns out I don't need him. So we can just hit the equal sign, it looks like, and hold it down. Mark the survivor for the legacy pool. Okay. Now to find him, looks like the same way you exile or demote.
It's good to see you alive.
Yeah, and then just send to legacy pool. Looks perfect.
Catch you in a bit.
So it should go from 8 to 7 in a moment, maybe? Yep, there we go, from 8 to 7. And, yeah, Tommy is now gone. Okay, let's see if we can recruit someone else from the legacy pool. So we're going to open up the radio.
How's that job you were working on coming?
And recruit from legacy pool. From what we understand, it takes 10 minutes on lethal. It takes 10 minutes per survivor in your community for the cooldown, and from what we've noticed, it always takes 1200 influence. Maybe using this multiple times will increase the influence cost, but at least from what I've heard, is it just takes the one cost always. Looks like there's a little bit of a bug there with saying the name of who's on the radio, but that's okay. So we actually want to re-recruit Tar. I forgot that he was my utilities person, so let's just select him and recruit him back. Recruit Tar? Yes, please.
Good news.
What?
I have someone nearby on their way to your base.
My people are being crazy.
I think you'll fit right in around here.
Great. I'll go wherever you need me.
Wait, is Tar back in my base now? I saw this. Oh no, that's Sam who was getting confused. Okay. I think someone is fighting right now, so let's actually just pause the game. Okay. So that is how you recruit, and that's how you send someone to the legacy pool. So that looks great to me. Let me just take a break here for a second, and then we'll take a look at some quality of life improvements that have been added in this patch. There are a number of quality of life changes in this patch as well, mostly having to do with the supply locker. The biggest changes are around the sorting options that we have. So we can sort by type, we can sort by damage, name, recently added, and value. I'm really excited about the recently added option. When I switch characters, often I'll use the same gun or the same melee weapons, or at least, the same gun on multiple characters like this. I really like this revolver, and it doesn't take damage, so I can just use it on every character back to back without worrying about it breaking. The thing is, before this update, I'd have to throw it into the supply locker, then, switch to the new character and then search through the supply locker for it, and that was obviously frustrating. But now I can just throw it in the supply locker, and it'll be the first thing in there, even after I switch characters, and it'll be easy peasy to just keep my inventory the same. Also, I really like being able to sort by damage on melee weapons. On lethal, the best way to kill hearts, or the most efficient way to kill hearts, I should say, is with a melee weapon and some stamina items. Since hearts on lethal have such high damage reduction from explosives and from guns. So being able to sort by damage and just pull out the best heavy weapon that you have in your locker and, off you go very quickly is just going to be a great change. Speaking of changes, another change is stacking of similar items. So down here you can see that my professional break stacked to 6. Before this update, we would literally have 6 different spots here of professional break. So this cleans up the supply locker a lot. No longer are you going to have like pages and pages of attachments at the bottom of your gun section. Just going to have a quick, easy section. You can pick it up, and they just stack right away. This also works with facility mods. It just cleans this up just a ton, so you don't have pages and pages of facility mods, especially portable generators. You just always end up having a ton of those because you want to keep them around, but then they're ugly and clog up the whole supply locker. So this is just a great change. Hopefully they extend that to backpacks, but yeah, we'll see. The problem is, of course, that backpacks have different colors. I don't care about colors, so I wouldn't care if they were all stacked up. But I know some people do care about colors, so it isn't a simple solution, but yeah, we'll see where things go. The next quality of life change is you can salvage just about anything. So you can see the salvage button down here, and you can also see the salvage, not cost, but the salvage, what you'd get if you salvage these items. So I don't want to salvage these backpacks, but these worse backpacks, let's salvage those. And we're getting 15 a piece, which is great. 12 a piece for the small ones. Normally, as a hoarder, I basically grab everything normally, and then I end up feeling like I have to take trips and trips and trips of backpacks to any sort of trader that pops up, and yeah, that's just so frustrating. Like you fill your inventory with backpacks, and it sells for like 100 to 200 influence, and it's such a waste of time. But at the same time, it feels like I have to do it since I have them in my locker. So yeah, I'm really glad they had the salvage options. That's going to be great. You can salvage just about anything, although currently there's, I think, some issues with that. A lot of this stuff just salvages for one item, for one part, and it's really not worth it. Like C4 charges or Vials of Plague Cure, just salvage for one. Definitely don't want to do that. Or, the skill retraining manuals that cost 1,500 influence. Definitely don't want to salvage that for a single part. But in general, this is a great idea. Let's see. Oh, one more thing. This is not a quality of life. This is a little bit of a nerf. So previously, primary care gave minus 50% to... I can't, unfortunately, show what I'm pointing at. But minus 50% to plague infection and minus 50% to injury chance. However, there was kind of an exploit if you had both an Infirmary 3 and a field hospital. You could use primary care on both of them at the same time, and then those two 50% would stack to 100%, and you basically couldn't get plague infection or injuries for an extended period of time. Now, it did cost you a bunch of medicine, but like that for not invincibility, because you still did take damage, of course, but for a big boost to your survivability, it was worth it in a lot of cases. So they nerfed it just slightly, so you no longer hit 100%. I think this change was in this patch. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the case. Another change that was added, I can't show you this right now, although if you skip back to the beginning of the video, you'll see this. The finale legacy missions for each leader type now specifically say finale in the name, so you'll see, if you scroll back, you'll see Sheriff Finale, and then whatever the mission is called. Or, if you are a Warlord, it'll say Warlord Finale. This is a great change. Newer players always seem to get caught off guard by which mission is the finale mission, so having it just in the name is a great solution, I think. No longer will people be confused or wonder, and even though they did, change the whole finishing legacy workflow, some people might not want to finish the map and switch to a new map. So being warned and having just all the information there is great. There is one last thing I want to show off, and you see all these infestations. It has to do with infestation hordes, so I'm going to drive over there, and I'll catch you in a moment. One last thing to show off in this update. The infestation hordes sent out now seem to have 2 bloaters with them, and you can see them here. There's a screamer in the middle of the horde, and then there's also, of course, the regular zombies, but then the 2 bloaters. So you can no longer just drive by and wipe them out easy peasy. It's now much more of an ordeal since you can't use your car. The bloaters do disappear, I guess, when they reach their destination, so that makes it easier. But yeah, driving over infestation hordes is no longer a thing you do. But I think that is it for now. Actually, there's a I'm just gonna pause it. How about that? We'll just pause it so I don't have to talk and avoid a feral. But that is it that I'm going to show today. Thank you guys all for watching. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them down below. You could also join the official Undead Labs Discord. I think there's a couple subreddits. I think there's an Undead Labs Facebook group or State of Decay 2 Facebook group. But yeah, share your opinions on what you see, and I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.